What do you think Victoria Avila means when she offers her Your Little Black Dress Life? With a passion to empower women to live vibrant, healthy, purpose-filled lives, Victory with Victoria guides us to walk in victory, inside and out. Can't wait to introduce you to Victoria Avila. But first, well, good, beautiful day, beautiful, beautiful souls. This is Charla Anderson, host of the Charla Anderson Show, collector and connector of fascinating people, and everyone is fascinating, especially you. But first, we're going to take that 22-second mini vacation, our little breathing exercise. We're going to breathe in some calm for 7 seconds. We're going to hold for 4 seconds and breathe out gratitude for 11 seconds, and then we'll get started. So here we go. Breathe in some calm. Hold. Relax, release. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so grateful that you would be listening to us today. This is, Charla's weekly show here, and Victoria Avila and I met through Brenda Byers and Prosper, the Prosper membership with Prosper, what's it called?
Prosper Women.
Anyway, with Brenda Byers, a most remarkable coach, and we've met through her and the membership and had a great, great, great time. And a lot of my guests come from that wonderful membership. So Victoria is one of them, and we're both Texans. Yippee!
Yes. Well, I'm a transplant Texan.
Well, you got here as quick as you could, right?
Yes.
That's it. I think you're Wisconsin, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you came from Wisconsin. You're in Austin, Texas. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas areas.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited. And I just want you to, this is always just fun conversation. And it's offering hope to people, especially women usually, and hope and telling your overcoming story. And I know you've got a lot of good stuff to share. You're crying already. Oh my goodness. So Victoria Avila, so tell us about who you are in this world, and we'll talk about all that and what you do and what your promise is.
Well, thank you so much, Charla, for inviting me to your show. It's such an honor and a privilege. I just enjoy every time I see you on Brenda's, on our group, on our meeting nights and everything. So I really enjoy your personality and love your energy. I love your joy. I love your chat. I love you're just vibrant. I just was drawn to you immediately. So I love that you're in Texas, and so am I. So I'm a women's faith-fueled, faith-based entrepreneur. I help women overcome who are overwhelmed. I help them overcome their overwhelmment by seeing themselves through the eyes of Jesus. So often we come from troubled childhoods. I myself have come from a troubled childhood, which resulted in an eating disorder for several years. I want to say 10 to 15. I think I don't think you ever really recover totally from it. You're always a work in progress. So, but what really changed for me was I gave my life, I made my profession of faith in 1990, Christmas Eve of 1990. And that really started a transformation internally in my soul. I just remember exactly where, I was getting dressed, and I thought I never want to go back to where I come from. And so from then on, I just had this inner peace, and I had just a feeling that everything was going to be okay. So step by step, I was able to grow from there, and just really now I really want to help. I've been helping people redefine who they are in through God's eyes, and so I have 2 children, 2 adult children, Valerie and JJ. They are my daughter just recently got married, and in July she had a beautiful wedding in Lake Como, Italy, and so I got to travel there. I hadn't been out of the country since 85, 86. So yeah, so it was a really great experience. And I have a son, JJ Avila, and they're both entrepreneurs. A daughter is an interior designer and beautiful. She can design anything online, virtually. She is just amazing. From a girl who had a messy bedroom, I had to get after her all the time, to a distinguished interior designer. It's really funny. But in my son, JJ, he is 35, and he has wanted to become a professional basketball player since grade 5, and he is. So he played in the NBA G League he's been playing professionally for 10 years, and so he's now in the Mexican. He plays over in Mexico, and now he's just got invited back to the Mexican national team again, where they going for their second championship. So, just really proud of my kids for being an entrepreneur, and I've become.
Well, they're living their dream. It sounds like somehow or another, your parenting worked. They're living their dream, and that's so beautiful because, and I must touch on Lake Como, because I was a flight attendant for 34 years, and I would lay over in Italy sometimes, and a couple of times we took the train and went to Lake Como and rode the hydrofoil and went into these little villages, and oh my gosh, it was just a beautiful experience. So what an amazing destination wedding. Wow.
It was beautiful. Nothing like I've ever seen anything like it.
And him for being a professional basketball player, that's a rare.
It is a very small percentage that make it to that level, and to sustain it for 10 years.
A decade, that's crazy. Yeah. That's awesome.
Right.
So you touched on a lot of things. So just curiosity here. We want to, people usually will listen to this instead of watch it, so they may not be able to see that you're in a nurse's, you're a registered nurse and you're at work right now, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am.
I put myself on mute to cough, so you keep talking.
Okay. Like I said, I've also been an entrepreneur since I began a nutrition business in 1991. That was my first bout at as an entrepreneur. And so I've hung in there for 35 years of using the products, and helping other people get, renew their bodies physically. But really, what's most incredible, in 2018, I got certified as a holistic health coach. So that kind of gave me some refinement, and I started my little program, signature program, Your Little Black Dress Life. And I also have a 5-day detox that I call it that. So what that means to me, what sparked that is, for me, one evening out, I saw this younger woman come into this restaurant, and she was just, she just had this beautiful little black dress on, and she was totally accessorized and just cute. She didn't have wasn't like a size -1 or anything, and she was just cute as a bug, but she looked so confident in what she was wearing, and so that kind of got my little gears rolling, and it kind of took me back to Katharine Hepburn, Breakfast with Tiffany, and how the little black dress became an icon, and it just shows elegance, it shows dignity, it just shows refinement, it's classic. And so I just kind of wanted to carry that thread through Your Little Black Dress Life, where we dress with dignity, and we detox to become who we've always been. That's fearfully and wonderfully made, and conquerors. So I just love to help women see themselves, like I said, through God's eyes. I do this through my nutrition, and that kind of leads to just kind of unpacking some beliefs about why, just kind of some beliefs that kind of keep them stuck, I think. And so that's kind of what I help what I love to help women do. But resetting their adrenal system through this 5-day whole food detox is really one of the most important programs that I've really been involved with. So, because when we all need to reset our bodies, we need to reset our phones, we need to reset our printers, we need to reset our computers. It's really important to give our bodies a rest, to balance out our hormone levels. And I know women, struggle with that. So I feel like I'm doing a real service.
I'm taking a mini moment to share about cell health. One of the most important pieces in our body. Are your cells hard and crunchy? Are they soft and malleable? Let me tell you, if they're hard and crunchy, the nutrients can't get in and out. And if they're soft and squishy and malleable, the nutrients can. So when you have good, soft, malleable cells, you have better brain function, hair quality, heart function, skin elasticity, inner organs are better, and your joints and muscles are better. Whoop, see that? But like 99% of North Americans, we're out of balance in our omega-3 to omega-6. Test, don't guess. We've got a test. It will absolutely give you your results on a full scale test of your balance. You need to be 3 to 1 or better, like 99% of North Americans are not. So we've got a simple solution. 1 second shot of beautiful golden omega-3 oil a day. Test, don't guess. Now back to the show. The idea of this little black dress, I think that is so very wonderful. That the idea of dressing nicely and I was talking about my kids, telling my kids, you could just dress one little notch above. You don't want to wear a black tie to a pool party, but you might want to, just have your khakis pressed, or your dress a little bit, just a little bit a notch above, and it gives you a confidence, not to show off, but to give that air of, I just thought the idea of how you found out about that, or came up with the idea, and what an attractive thing it is, and you're only going to attract people that is, that makes sense too, right? To me, I'm sure that, so we want to attract the people that are most inclined to hear from us
and are ready.
And you coming from a dysfunctional family, and coming from an eating disorder, to actually becoming a nutritional coach and nutritional entrepreneur is very cool.
I think that's pretty common. I see a lot of I work with a lot of dietitians who kind of have that kind of similar thing, kind of a little common thread that goes through. They're either had an eating disorder, or they knew somebody who had an eating disorder, or they just really were drawn to that for one reason or another. But I see that it's a very common thread of someone personally experienced with their own issues around eating. So very, very rewarding.
So you're creating, you're an RN. You just said you came out of an emergency situation just before the show. We have tech issues, and, here we are. And now just being friends, right? Just now having conversation and doing whatever, just talking. And I'm so grateful for this hour. This is my favorite hour of my week, to just have a conversation with someone and get to know who you are and what you're doing and how you're changing your world and the world around you. And I know you talked about your faith is hugely important, and I understand that. And I always want to just add, and I do add often when we talk about Jesus or our faith or whatever, has very little to do with religion. A relationship with our Creator and the Source is very little to do with religion. I think religion is God in a box. And so I like to just kind of qualify that, because, honestly, so many people have been church hurt, right? Hurt by churches, and Christians, right? So we want to, we don't want to be that.
Right.
We're rising above, we're changing that and helping people through those things that may have happened. So here I
We
go
just want
again.
to be the temple. We want to portray the temple. We want to be the temple. We want to give people an idea of what it's like to have peace. If you know Jesus, you know peace.
Yeah,
Right.
I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just we don't have to know. We don't have to know all the answers. We don't have to, we just get to be and receive and have the peace that passes understanding. And I think, I think that's what you see in me. I mean, when I'm out, service people come and they kind of linger a little longer than they need to sometimes, right?
So
Because they want to
beautiful.
be in your space. They want to be in your light. And that's the light of God, the
That's
Spirit.
right. We might be
So
the closest thing to Jesus people will ever see. And so
I
we,
call it Jesus with skin on. That's what I want to be, Jesus with skin on, right out here in the world, because
right.
there are people that don't have that
That's right.
and don't understand it, and they're drawn to that personality that has the light, the smile, loving people no matter how hard they are to love. You love them anyway, right? So God, love as God loves, because if God is love, he can't be not love. And
Right.
so many people
Absolutely.
feel that there's a big giant judge going on, and God can't, he can't see that. He only sees the beauty of the person or the human that he created in the womb. So I don't know, we've kind of gotten all over the place here, but I want to get back to what you want to talk about. You've got a great program. You've got you're working as an RN, a registered nurse. If you don't know what that is, most people do, and you're a faith fueled nutrition coach. I don't think we've mentioned it like that. Your title, the faith filled fueled nutrition coach, and I like the word fueled. I think that's cool.
Yeah, just gives
So
that energy.
yeah, so fueled it, yes, and you're using Herbalife to do that, right? You're using for 35 years, been in a nutritional company, one of the original ones,
Hmm.
and have built a business around that as well. I'm in a nutritional company as well. So there's a lot of good things out there. And and how do you what are you doing with that now? How do people find you? And what is their
Well, you'd think it would be easier with social media, but it almost has, for me, it almost has, it's been beneficial, but it also kind of has been a drawback. It just is kind of complicates what I used to do when I first started in 1990, when you just pick up the phone and you call people, you have conversations. Now it's more messaging. And so I'm trying to get back to just talking to a certain amount of people per day, just having conversations daily, because I think we really people are craving that human connection with all the technology. So I'm really trying to get it back to square roots, and which takes a little more time, but I'm really making that more of a focus for my business now, and following up, keeping track of staying in the, Brenda always says, stay in the forefront of somebody's mind. So just caring about them, and you will keep your customers forever. So you follow up, and till they either buy or die. That's what kind of so. But more than that, though, I really just really want to shed God's love with people. Just give them that hope. From my motto is, renew your body. Build your confidence and clarify your calling. We all are born with a calling, a purpose, and so I really try to help women kind of pull that all together.
So do you have you call yourself a coach, you're a coacher and coaching, and then you have clients. So they find you on victorywithvictoria.com,
That's my website. I haven't had that real long.
victorywithvictoria.com.
Right. I haven't had that real long, actually website within the past year, I would say. But I have a email, I have a Facebook that they can find me. I am also now doing artisan markets every Saturday, so in the Austin area. So that's been fun just to talk to people and I visit with them. I share information. I give them opportunity to sign up for recipes, and I promote it. Right now, I'm promoting our loaded teas, which is it's our herbal concentrate. It has 5 different caffeines and all naturally processed, and we combine that with a product that gives you clarity and mental alertness. So it's loaded with. I have a whole sheet that says it's loaded with B vitamins and all the good stuff, ginseng and guarana and aloe, and so I kind of promoting that. It's real fun. I give samples out, and they can buy a cup, and so that's been really kind of a little icebreaker. And
Are you setting up a booth, or are you wandering around to other booths?
I have a booth set up, and then I wander when I'm not busy. I go around and pass out samples to a lot of the vendors. So it just gets me out for 4 hours on a Saturday, just to talk to people and meet people, and so it's been really a lot of fun.
I think that's a great idea. I've been, we got so reclusive for,
Right, exactly.
I have not broken out as much of that as I should. I mean, I think people are definitely starving. I wrote a book, Candy Bar Hugs. It doesn't take much to make a difference. They're starving for, and that's offering a candy bar. It's a pay it forward book, right? So they offering a candy bar to the checkout clerk at whatever Aldi's usually where they don't have candy there, at Dollar Tree, whatever, wherever I go. I'm not much of a shopper, and then offering a hug. And the stories in that book about that, tiny book, big message.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So, I mean, really tiny book, big message. It's 25-minute read on Audible. Candy Bar Hugs. It doesn't take much to make a difference. So that is just people need touch. And I saw one story in there is about a man. This was not at the candy bar place or a store, but he came to my house, a stove repair man, and he was nice enough, but he was just so upset with his neighbors or with people. I'm just talking, and my name is a chat, so I'm always talking, and turned out I said, "Why don't you send them love?" And he's like, "What?" And anyway, as he ended, he said, I said, "Do you mind if I give you a hug?" And he said, "This is the first hug I've had in over 5 years."
Oh,
can you imagine?
Yeah.
And so, we need to be Jesus with skin on. People are starved for human touch and human connection. So we're right about that. So going and actually shaking a hand or patting on the back or whatever it is that you can do, that's really great. And when you say artisan market, is there one? I'm curious just because is it the same one every week, or is there different ones around Austin?
There's a lot of them now in the area. I go to I do one in the Bee Cave area and one in the Arboretum area in Austin area. But they have artists there. They have food vendors. They have people that make their own food. They have crafts, and they have some produce. So it's really like an upscale farmer's market, I think. Very interesting. A lot of artists, though, bringing their things they've made, their items that they've made, and they want to sell in food and canned pickles and just really cool stuff.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So you've got a detox thing. Tell us about this 5-day detox. Is it 5-day? 5-day detox. And
it's short.
Yeah, that's not, I did the, I don't know if you ever heard about the lemonade diet, but I did that lemonade diet, which was, it's a detox, but lemon juice and fresh lemon juice, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup. And I did it 3 times. I was still flying back. I retired in '08, so it's been a while. But 14 days, 15 days, and 21 days without touching any other food.
Okay.
And so it was just, a lot of it was a spiritual deep, time too, right? So
the 5-day whole food detox is basically eliminating the 5 top things that cause our body's cells inflammation, which is of course sugar, processed sugar, which is in pretty much everything, and sugar, caffeine, like coffee, non-processed caffeine, or processed caffeine, I should say, alcohol, just for 5 days, and then getting rid of wheat, because a lot of people have that gluten allergy, and also dairy, which causes a lot of inflammation and allergies. A lot of people are lactose intolerant. So just by doing that for 5 days, the first time I did it back in January, I thought, well, I better try this to see if it really works. So I did, and it was kind of hard. I mean, I think number one, the caffeine was a little hard. I do offer, though, we have a lot of green teas. You don't have to go cold turkey, but I do want you to get off of it, like leave the coffee behind, just to be able to reset your body. I was drinking coffee for years without taking a break, and I never knew how much do I really need. Do I really need it right in the morning? No, we really don't even need it right when we wake up, because we should have that's when our cortisol levels are on the rise, and so that should be enough to get us going for the day. But again, it's a habit that we need to run to the coffee pot before talking to anyone. So it's kind of a myth that we need that. So that, and alcohol. I wasn't a big drinker, but I was a habitual drinker. I thought I needed something, after 5 when I got home from a long shift and everything. So I substituted going for a walk, drinking some water, just, really going for walks with my dog really helped me break that habit to having an alcoholic beverage. And then sugar was a big one for me. That was one of my go-tos when I was in the midst of my eating disorders, and I'm still still kind of not a demon, but really a red flag for me. And of course, that's what I would gravitate to, is sugar, like carbs, everything, something loaded with sugar. And so I'm surprised I'm not diabetic, really, as the amount of sugar that I've consumed. But anyway, so and then the dairy and the wheat also. So after that 5 days, the 3rd day I had so much pain, and my ankle bones hurt, like every bone in my body hurt. I could feel, I was sitting on the couch, I could feel my body just kind of melting, and I could feel the inflammation leaving my body, and it felt amazing. The day 4, I got a little better. Day 5, I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. And I think I may have put on like some red lipstick. I felt amazing going to work, and so I thought, this is amazing. So, and I want to, because those 5 days they're not easy. So I do provide that one-on-one coaching. We have a Facebook group where I do a live every day, and just to support, we can have a support network to get us through that 5 days, because it's not easy, and there's a lot of fear around just stopping something for 5 days. So, but it's so worth it. It really, really.
But 5 days is very, very, very short. You blink it. I don't know how we got to the end of October of 2025. I mean, hadn't gotten ready for 25 yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait a minute.
Right. I know exactly.
Not ready yet. Not ready. And here we got Christmas coming up and Thanksgiving. So, it's a little disconcerting how fast I feel time is going. And so 5 days, even though it might feel like it, I know when I did those eliminate diets, the night before, I was like, there's no way I can do it. Then the morning I had it all ready. I got up prepared and did it and did it and did it and did it. Just the next step, right? So the next time. So 14
That's
days, 21 days was.
Right. Relying on using our faith. I offer scriptures, and just that relying on the Holy Spirit to give us the strength to do it day by day is really, I think, the key as well.
Absolutely. If it wasn't for our faith, I mean, who I am is bold faith, no fear. Who I am is bold faith, no fear. Whatever you say after I am is who you are.
Right, exactly.
Right? And that's the God word in you, the God's name in you. So speak carefully the desires of your heart so you can receive the desires of your heart.
That's
you know, not, don't. There's a lot of casual words that we call ourselves and sometimes cursing words we call ourselves. And
Oh, yeah.
I want us to, that's my message. One of them, let's make sure we're careful with our words and speak what we desire, not what we don't.
That's
So
exactly right.
Careful.
Right. So giving up these 5 hard things, we get to add in all these beautiful whole foods. And so I provide, a whole handbook full of recipes. It's, just recipes that are so delicious that your whole family would don't even know you're detoxing. So that's the beauty of it is, actually cutting up vegetables, actually, not really microwaving, packaged foods and getting, just really getting down to the earthly nutrients. And so, and fall is a great time because fall vegetables are, those ground vegetables are beautiful and they're so nourishing for our bodies. The squash and the rutabaga and the beets and all these delicious, rich vegetables that we just can't get enough of.
It is a beautiful time. My little granddaughter was here unexpectedly last night and this morning, and so I got a little off kilter, but she has these little buckets, and one of her, she's almost 4 next month. Yeah, she's got these little buckets, and they're 5 different buckets with colors of vegetables. So she's got red bell pepper and a green bell and an orange bell pepper and and green apple and orange. Anyway, she's got them all. Well, so she brings me the broccoli in a cup and she goes, a broccoli smoothie, a broccoli. so we were and pumpkin. I had a pumpkin smoothie. It was just, these little plastic vegetables that she says, how does it taste? Which do you think this is? Is it an orange or is it a pumpkin? So we had a fun time this morning with them mixing up the vegetables, and she's played with those since day one. I mean, as soon as she was able to start playing, she still uses them and pretends like she's cooking and fun things. Oh, one was an onion smoothie, a purple onion smoothie. That one was interesting. Of course, it's all fake, but lots of fun. So that certainly is where the season, we're in fall season, October 29, 2025. And most of the time we don't say the dates on here, but Halloween week, Thanksgiving's next month. It is the food time of the year for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I wanted to do this pre-holiday 5-day whole food detox. It's starting November 3rd to the 7th. And
so you actually have one coming right up?
Right. November 3rd to the 7th. It's a pre-holiday detox because it's getting you ready to go into the holidays with a little extra glow and a little extra maybe discipline and more energy. Your bodies are already reset. They're clean. You're going to be more careful of what you consume. And there's no reason to gain 10 pounds over the holidays, there's no reason to have to wait till January. This really gives people, women, a jump start to feel good in their clothes. Imagine slipping into your holiday beautiful outfit, feeling better about yourself and everything. So that's kind of why I wanted to do that. And I'm giving away cash prizes this time. So I'm giving away actually 50% of the proceeds back to the top 3 best transformations. So I just wanted to bless somebody's holiday budget because I know it can be a hard time for people. So the more that join them, the higher the stakes. So that's what it's really fun about. I haven't done that before. So I thought, well, you know what? Let's make it a little bit of a challenge and maybe I'll get more.
A contest. It's like a contest.
Everyone likes a challenge.
So why not? So that's November 3rd. probably, I believe, is that a Tuesday?
A Monday. It's a Monday through Friday.
Okay, Monday through Friday. Yeah, I believe that actually this will not come out until Tuesday. So but I'm sure you'll have more. And to find it, how do they register for that? Where would they go to register for that?
You can go to victorywithvictoria.com. That's where the sign up is. They can go to my Facebook page.
Will it be, you'll be repeating it throughout the year,
Yes.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's a seasonal.
Maybe quarterly. Seasonal. I would think quarterly would be great.
Next will be spring break. We'll get people ready for their swimsuits in the beach and giving people maybe a little extra cash for spring break for holidays. So I just want to do a little incentive just to really bless people. It's hard times out there for a lot of folks, So yes,
Absolutely.
I just want to make it fun and challenging, and who doesn't like a bonus?
No kidding. That's great. I'm sure it's a great idea. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, we pivot and do something else. Right? That's all good. So Victory with Victoria, and that's Victoria Avila, Avila, where you've also on Facebook. Is it Victory with Victoria?
Yes, that's my page. And then I'm Victoria Avila is my personal page, but Victory with Victoria. And
you've got the little black
dress life.
The life, okay, the little black dress life. I saw that. I just love the logo. I think you're onto something there. It just kind of adds a little bit of elegance, or yeah, I'm worth it. I'm worth it to just get out of my sweats for a minute. So
yeah, exactly.
That's that. Well, we got a little lazy in the last 5 years. So it seems to me, at least I have. So what else is it we got? You've got your Mega Tea kit. You've got your Herbalife. I'm just kind of looking at my notes here, and your little black dress life is and that 5-day food detox. I'm just loving all this stuff that you're coming up with, and you and I do. You said when my password on this thing was like choose joy, and she goes, we're kind of kindred spirits on that. We choose. It's all choice. And we want everyone to have the peace that passes understanding and live in that walk of peace and grace and fun and ease, right? Fun and ease. I took a course one time called the Wisdom Course about living a life of fun and ease. I'm like, who doesn't want that, right? So, and you've got a wonderful. You talked about your beautiful children, and you've got a golden doodle. Golden doodle.
Uh-huh.
So Jack, and my son has a golden doodle too. Yeah, and I was just on a weekend with a couple of friends, and she had a golden doodle. So they don't shed much, and they're very smart.
Yeah, and so loving, and just loving.
Smart. Yeah, they're smart, and they don't shed. I think.
And they don't shed, right?
And so one of the things, and we're going to wind it up in a minute, but one of the things you have is your favorite quote. I like people having a quote and that they're known for, or they like a lot.
It's a Psalm 139.
Fearfully and wonderfully made, more than a conqueror through Christ. Yeah, we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that's another tag that you have. That's what you want us women to come back to. That God doesn't make junk. He doesn't make junk. We are fearfully and wonderfully
exactly
made.
And we all have a purpose. We just need to find it. Can I clear the stuff out, clear the road, I think, and just kind of get back to who we were meant to be.
We were born to be, and
right.
And turn off the box on the wall every so often so that you can listen to the still small voice. And interesting enough, in the introduction to my little tiny book, Candy Bar Hugs, it doesn't take much to make a difference. I talk about what if you don't have to search for your purpose? What if how you treat the person right in front of you is your character, and how you treat the people right in front of you, even if they're hard to love. So unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, not unconditional boundaries. And the harder people are to love, the more they need it. Those are quotes from that tiny book. But that, what if your purpose is just walking in the light? And I mean, it could be as simple as that. I'm sure, there's passion and purpose and all those things that we can do a whole lot more.
Be the temple and make heaven crowded. That's really what our purpose is.
Make heaven crowded. Love it. Yeah. It'll never be crowded because there's plenty of room, but that is, that's a great point, right? So I'm going to, we better gonna get it close to,
yes,
I know you got to get back to work. So thank you so much for joining me today. Do you have
my pleasure.
Last moments of encouragement that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I just, when a woman looks in the mirror, I just want her to see herself as Christ sees her, fearfully and wonderfully made, more than a conqueror. And just turn that overwhelm into overcoming whatever she needs to overcome to have peace.
Peace.
And joy.
Peace and joy. Yes.
Peace and joy.
Love
especially through the holidays.
And what if we slowed down enough that we didn't feel so pressured to do all the things, right? And we had a little bit more breathing to take a breath and go, okay, what am I supposed to do next? What do you have for me? Everything is always working out for me is my mantra. One of my mantras is all is well.
Oh, yeah.
And you just, even when it doesn't feel like it still is, because you have no other place to be than where you are right now.
Absolutely.
To take that next step from. So that's a constant thread through my show. So thank you so much, Victoria. Now that we're in Texas, we might as well, it's not that far. 3 hours, maybe 3.5.
That's right.
From Austin to Fort Worth area. So we're going to connect in person with skin on.
Okay. I would love that.
Well, thanks again.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Everybody, please go to victorywithvictoria.com and go to charlaanderson.com/podcasts and click on those podcasts. Watch every week a new episode. We're heading towards season 4. Hard to believe.
Ooh.
And we've got lots of amazing stories of overcoming. So like and subscribe my YouTube channel, please. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to just encourage you to always, always, always choose joy.
Absolutely.